welcome back to Blunder Blunders. I was off yesterday, even though I said I was going to be streaming. We had a little bit of a medical emergency. My partner got a crazy neurovirus, so couldn't really bear to do anything, just had to kind of sit and medicate and clean up every little surface we touched. But we're back. So let's consider today yesterday, and we're going to pick back up. As per the norm, I'm going to throw on some music. We're going to go ahead and put on stream beats. If it works, why change it? God bless stream beats, doing the Lord's work for us. And that should get us started. There we go. So, what we're continuing to do now, getting back into Blender here, we are making sort of a little desk setup. We're going to be making bottles of ink to match sort of the writing supplies we did yesterday. Looking at this right now, I actually want to make one more writing supply. I think this is breaking tradition just a little bit, but I know it's only going to take me half a second, so let's go ahead and just do this real quick. I'm going to make a cube, and we're going to stretch this big, get it real small. Just like a little stick, right? And then we'll grab it and go into edit mode. And we are going to grab its surfaces. And we're just going to give it a little tiny bevel. Can you guess what it is? It's not quite as much of a bevel as I wanted it to be. So instead, let's inset a face. And we will grab all of this. Right? Let's bevel this. What? Why didn't it do this side? That's a little bizarre. Okay, we're going back. We're going to inset face one more time. I also don't understand why inset face doesn't do it even. Like, yeah, it's a little strange. I don't get it. Anyway. .02 should do it. That's perfect. Okay, so now we'll grab all of these faces. There we go. And I will bevel them. We just want them real nice and clean. There we go. That should be perfectly fine. I always want to try arc, but you know, it never works out for us. I actually don't hate that. That looks great. We'll drop it down to just 4 cross sections. And that's going to do it for us. Simple, right? Super, super simple. Now, what is it? I hear you asking. Well, actually, let's get back into object mode. Let's grab it. And let's move it into our little setup here. We're going to rotate it just slightly. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll just put it up in here. This is fine. It is a pastel. We'll call you Pastel R, and we'll go ahead and just completely copy you. Again, I don't know why it shows that one. Pastel Blue. And Pastel Blue is going to be rotated even more. Let's push you up. Let's push you in. Simple. Boom. Cool. So if we render it, I'm looking at this pastel. Let's just throw a quick little material on there. I'll go to my materials. And I am going to... What am I looking at? Toon sounds right to me, even though I know it's not realistic. But a toon shader should just get the job done. Oh no, that's not going to work. Okay, never mind. Scratch the toon shader. Instead, we will use... Let's just use a diffuse. Diffuse is so easy. I could actually probably do myself one better. Let's give it a subsurface scatter. Right? For the sake of processing, I'll just turn it down to 5. And we'll copy you. We'll move over to Pastel Blue. It says it's empty. That doesn't make any sense to me, but we'll do it again. Connect you and make you a nice light blue. Boom. That's basically what my writing set looks like in my house. So cool. You know, it was a little 8-minute bisection, but I just really wanted to add that. Get some color going in here. Looks great. Really kind of pushes this boundary, I think. So we might come back and, you know, fix just a little bit, but I don't think we need to. Oh, it looks great. That looks so good. Okay. So, what's up? What are we doing? We're gonna make some bottles of ink. I have a few reference ones. We're going to start with the easiest, and then we're going to kind of train out to, like, way more crazy stuff. For the sake of simplicity, we're not going to do the labels. I know that's probably a little unprofessional of me, but, man, I don't know if we can handle a label right now. Now I'm looking at a bottle, and I see an immediate problem. So let's go ahead and just make it. That's about correct. In fact, let me do this more mathematically. What am I doing? We'll just go ahead and make it 3. It's basically a perfect square. Yeah, that works. Easy, easy, easy. And it's going to come up 3, so it touches right on the X. That's perfect. And we'll start on this guy. I'm going to go ahead and make a new collection. This will be called Ink Bottles. We're going to call this one, we'll call this Basic, because I'm going to have to name another mesh as the filler for it. Oh, and the cap. So, I mean, we're going to be doing a couple of meshes. Now I can go ahead and just remove everything else. Let's put pastels in this holder, actually. There we go. Cool. So we're editing this. Looking at a reference image. It's very simple. It's got these beautiful sort of lines on it. Oh, I messed up. Just like that. Before I do that, actually, let me grab you. I need to inset a little face on here. There's definitely a quicker way to do this, but I think this might be perfect. It'll be 0.5, maybe even a little bit more than that. Let's do 0.6. There we go. This will be scaled up. Well, that's not what I expected to happen. There we go. Just a tiny little bit. Now we're going to grab this and... I'd really like to subdivide this, if anything. Wow, that actually worked surprisingly well. Okay. Yep. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We're doing this thing. No. -1. There it is. That's as good as she gets. For the sake of doing things correctly, we will grab you. And we'll just put all these faces together. Just so we're looking clean. Because things are going to get wild real quick here. And we keep losing time on fixing stuff. And while losing time is fine right now, why are we not striving to do better? Also, for anybody who's curious, I am still looking up a bunch of tutorials and I'm pushing the boundaries of what I'm doing. So we should be looking better and better and better with every day. This is usable. This is so usable. We will extrude you up just slightly. I kind of want to dissolve the faces. Yeah, this will be fine. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna grab basically every single face and just give it a nice light beveling. I have an idea for something I want to do to the bottom of this bottle, but we'll see if we get there. The goal is really to make 3 of these things. That looks good. Wait, what did I just do? Okay, so if I put like 0.8. Okay, it clamps hard. I can't do any more than that. That's great. That's exactly what we need. Now I do it every time. It's going to be bad. Oh, it actually looks really good. No, 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 no. We're fine. We can do sharp. Sharp's fine. Nice and normal. Keep it really simple. We're not playing around. Yeah. Easy. All right. If I'm really thinking about this, let's do this. We'll dissolve these faces. Dissolve those. And just repeat. There we go. Now I'm going to grab... Oh, you all can merge there. Like, we can chill. There's no need for all of this. Oh. I don't need to be optimizing. What am I doing? Stop optimizing. We're not making a mesh for like a video game. We're making just a simple mesh. So we're just chilling, right? Okay, what I want to be doing is grabbing just this vertex and moving it. Now, how much we're moving it is actually very questionable here. And I think I will actually have to fix these vertices now that I'm looking at it. Yep, we're gonna have to fix them. Okay. So I was right to do what I was doing. Boom. Now let's grab all of you. We're just gonna bring them in just slightly. We'll make it a nice even 0.5. Easy peasy. And we will take this face and move it in slightly. What happens if I subdivide this? That's not what I want. Oh, I get so ambitious with every project. It's gonna pay off, I promise. As we get better and better and better, this ambition is only gonna mean that we get cooler and cooler sketches. In the meantime, my apologies. Also, I don't know if you all can hear that rain, but man, it is lovely outside. We've been needing rain here in Florida. As strange as that sounds, it's been hot. We don't deserve this heat in November. I want to wear sweaters. I want to get warm, man. I don't want to have to sweat every time I walk out of my house. There we go. Okay, so let's grab all of you. And we'll push all of you up just a little bit. That's not going to work. Well, you know what? This is fine. I think, actually, now that I'm looking at this... You know what? This is fine, actually. I like this. This is cool. There's no reason to, like, get stuck. We're just doing the thing that we said we weren't going to do. So let's push it. Okay. So we kind of want to do two things here. And one of them worries me. The first thing we want to do is make like an identical version of this that sits inside of itself. This is gonna be a little rough. Let's try it the easy way and see if it works. I don't think it will, but why are we making our life harder if we don't have to? Okay, so I'm gonna add a cylinder that has 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm willing to say 16 faces. Does that look about right? Yep, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want. And we are going to resize both of these. I'd say that looks just about perfect anyway. And then we're gonna plug it up on top here. Okay. We're gonna call this basic lid. I'm gonna get rid of this basic. We're going to use our new favorite operation, subdividing a face, which didn't just work. So we're not going to do that. Whoops. Instead, we're going to inset a face. Oh, that works out really well, actually. There we go. And we can just push it up on in there. Easy. And then we will grab all of these faces. Oh, I was hoping that would auto. It didn't. That's okay. We are going for it. Now, I can imagine you can guess what we're going to be doing right here. Second verse, same as the first. We are going to grab and bevel. I don't even think we want to worry too much about the bevel. That's it. That's good. Okay, so I think the sides are good to stay kind of loosey-goosey the way that they are. It's just this top part that deserves a little bit of a bevel now. Just like that. Really slim bevel. No. Arc never works. I don't even know why we bother with arc. There we go. Simple. Really, really simple. We're not stressing the details. We're not getting stuck in this. We're just doing the simple operation. That definitely does not need to be shaded smooth. There we go. So we're going to do something a little bizarre. We're going to grab you. We're going to call you Basic Ink. And what I'm going to do is we're going to resize it. This is going to get a little weird. How thick do we want the glass to be is basically the big question right now. And we're going to do this. Give me a Y view. And we're going to move it up. Right there. I believe that should work. We're going to have to do some crazy material stuff to get it to work, but bottle number 1 done. Took 20 minutes. I mean, dare I say that we're like cooking with fire now. Let's do the next one. All right, we can hide all of you. I'm gonna put the pin back on just so we have a reference point. And this one is more of a cylinder. This one's definitely more of a unique shape. So let's grab a cylinder. We're gonna give it a lot of vertices. This one should probably be just a little bit smaller than this. So we will say 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. 1.5 and 4. There we go. If it's 2.5, then it's got to come up 2.5. Just like that. Excellent. And we can get rid of you and start cooking on this thing. All right. So I want to say the sides already look pretty good. We can go into edit mode and start clicking. Oh wow, that looks so good already. In fact, I should probably do both of these separately, because this one can be really dramatic. The bottom one cannot be dramatic. Wow, look at that. That looks so nice. This one's going to be real subtle, but have a bunch of iterations. Wow, 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 that looks good. I mean, that's already the shape of the bottle done. So let's get onto the head here. Let's inset a face. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Come on. It's giving us a little bit of trouble. 0.1, 0.5, 0.4. There we go. In fact, I want it quite a bit bigger than that. 0.2. There we go. All right, we got you clicked. Now we got to smooth you out. I basically have to turn this into a circle. How we're going to do that is a little tough for me, conceptually. Actually, I do think I can just scale it, right? Yeah. Excellent, 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 excellent. Wow, we are really thinking today. This is one of the best sets we've done in a long time. We've only been going for 2 months, but it's still one of the better ones we've done. Okay. You are going to be pushed up like this. We're going to have to do something really weird here in just a second, but we will figure it out. In fact, let me do it right here. You'll see what I'm doing in just a second, if it works. Do the same thing. we go. Now, check this out. I think what I want to do is grab both of these points and pull them out. Is this going to work? Hear me out, hear me out. I got an idea. This ain't my first rodeo at this point. Okay. Now, if I alt and grab all of these faces, including... No, what are you doing? Why is it not? There we go. Perfect. Let's go to our modifier. And let's screw this thing. What on earth just happened? What is going on? Okay, so screwing is definitely not what we want to do. I think we want to do a simple deform. What on earth? Why does it, like, go out of control? Okay. I just want to, like, rotate it, you know? This is the stuff that I'm really, like, in the middle of learning. Why does it just, like, destroy this mesh? Alright, well, oh well. We'll go ahead and undo a couple of things on here. And I'll come back to this. Again, I don't want to get locked in on things. What we're going to do here is grab these faces and we're going to bring them out. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. In fact, I think I might grab you guys and move you up just so we have a little bit more of a dramatic angle there. There we go. Now I can grab this face. We can inset. The inset looks very strange. Why does it look so strange? It looks so incredibly strange. Why does it look like this? What happened? What is this weird line? How strange. Why is it doing this? What on earth? This got real weird real quick. Tell you what, we're going to do the exact same thing we did before to get it going normal. I don't know why it was so normal and now it's not normal again. But we'll grab it and we'll scale it. It's a perfectly normal operation. It works really well for us. And we will... I think I just want to go down like real far. And then just cut this face. What does that look like from the inside? That'll do. Actually, I say that. I don't think that'll do. Let's grab all this. Let's push it up. And let's scale it out so that it meets with the outer wall. Right. Yeah, that'll do. It's good enough. Cool. So we are going to smooth this boy out. Perfect, perfect. Give it some really cool bevels. This is the time to bevel. Oh, dare I say that I don't want to bevel the bottom of it? Yeah, for sure. We only want to bevel this. I'm not sure why this got so irregular all of a sudden. Very strange. That'll do, that'll do. This one's going to be a little bit trickier to play with. Let's make the lid. Before we get too locked up in this weird process, let's make a lid for it. What if we just corked it? Hold on, what if we just put a cork inside of it? How would that look? Because I'm looking in the cap is a cork. It's definitely a little bit more complicated than a cork, but it's basically just a cork. So I'm thinking, what if we make a cork? Okay, it's going to be like that. Push it down just a little bit. And then the head of it, this part, we will scale back up. Until it looks about right. No, not what I wanted. There we go. this whole thing. Stick it down in there. There we go. Look at that. We'll call this wide, and we'll call this wide cork. Now, we got to make the wide ink. Wide ink. This one's going to be a little weirder. Wide ink. What we want to be doing is cutting off its head. If I were a smart man, I would just recreate the shape that I made originally. What am I doing? Get rid of the vertexes. And you know what? I am a smart man, so that's what we're gonna do. What are we doing? So I'm going to add a cylinder. And I believe we gave it 2.5, 1.5, and a 4. And then we raised it 2.5. That's exactly right. Wow, well done. And then we'll go ahead and resize it just a little bit. So let me grab it, bring it down just a little bit, bring it down a lot, bring it in just a bit. Actually, I should probably bring it in and sideways the same amount. Right about there looks good. We'll do that. Do even more. And there we go. If I'm getting really weird, nope, we're not gonna get weird. We always go weird. No reason to go weird. The top of it can be perfectly straight. The bottom of it needs to be curved. Ever so slightly. We used 4 on the first one, and we'll use 4 on this one. And I would like to shear the whole thing. But how we're going to shear it is really the question here. I'd love if I could bring the inner part down. Yeah, there's no way. Nope. I don't think there's any way I can do this. Okay, we'll keep it that way. Looks great. So if we go inside object mode, that's our ink. Oh my gosh, we have another 45 minutes. How are we doing this? I guess I'm using really simple shapes. I say that. Now we have a not simple shape. Now we're going to make what is effectively a beaker. It's going to be the smallest of all of them. So let's do this. It's got to be a cylinder. I'm gonna call it, 1.5 and 1.5. And the Z is going to be just a little taller. Oh, this one looks tough. Let's also make this a 1.5. This one's looking real tough. Okay. We'll have to do some loop cutting for this. Really nice and dramatic. I'm going to give it a loop cut pretty high up. And those are going to scale inward. A pretty good amount. Looks about right to me. We'll give it another loop cut. And that one is going to come back out to be roughly the same size as you. That looks good. Let me grab all of you, and you all can be moved down quite a bit. This can also be moved down a substantial amount. I think this can be actually brought in just a little bit more. It's a little too dramatic for me. Right there is good. All right. We are gonna grab all of you and you. We're gonna do our favorite little boy. .025, .03, clamp overlap. We'll just go all the way. I don't know why it's making such complex patterns, but that'll do. Bad idea, always a bad idea. That looks really solid. Okay, cool. We're gonna grab this bottom part and we'll bevel you out ever so slightly. Looking great. In fact, this guy has kind of a crazy looking base. Let me do that. It gets really smooth at the bottom there. Yep, that'll do. Get me out of this pin. Hello. Looks about right to me. I actually think I want to come in here and grab all of these. And we're just going to pull you out a little bit. Cool. Okay, this is looking extra strange. This one also has a sort of cork in it. My reference image, at least. I'm thinking maybe we just break that. We just do our own thing. There's a lot that I still want to do with this sketch, so I'm not going to get too locked up on this. What I will do is I will make a little tiny cap for it. We'll do like a little rubberized cap. Let's say that's kind of what we want. All right, we're scaling it as per the norm. It's going to be real small. Okay. We'll edit this. Why is it... It's beveling so strangely. There we go. This is weird. Why is it doing this? Alright, tell you what. I will inset a face. Just a tiny little face. And we'll bring it up. Ever so slightly. And then we will grab all of this. Now bevel it. Why is it being so weird? It is definitely being weird. We're gonna go all the way to max. Give it a nice little bevel. I guess that'll do. All right. Oh no. What have I done? We're gonna call this one fancy. We're gonna call this one fancy lid. Oh wow, it actually works out so well. Barely works. Just like that. Okay. And then we will do ourselves a favor here and grab all of you, and all of you, and you, and we'll bevel it. Same thing as before, we're going to clamp our overlap. We'll stick with 3. It's really not that big of a difference. Here we go. Okay. Now let's turn on everything. Perfect, perfect. And we will go ahead and grab all of these. We will move them a little bit. We will rotate them just a little bit. The lid does not need to be rotated. Okay, it doesn't want to be rotated. grab wide. All of this will move. Let's offset it just a bit. And we will rotate all of you. You can come forward. Offset you just a little bit. Boom. Look at that. Okay, so we're in object mode. We're gonna grab you, shade smooth. Very nice, very smooth. You, shade smooth. You, shade smooth. You, shade smooth. Well done. Tell you what, we're gonna go ahead and just take this moment to make a cube. This cube is gonna be -1, correct? Yes. This cube's gonna be huge. Cool, cool, cool. And we will make another cube. This one's gonna go back there. And we're gonna scale this one up. Doesn't need to be that big. Needs to be about that big. Okay. This table. Right about there. We'll grab our light. Not what I wanted to do. We'll put the light up here. Then we'll copy and paste you and put another one down here. And I want my camera to be right about there. So let's grab our camera. Camera, you're going to be right about here. Right about where I am. Get it right up in my face. Okay, let's watch from the camera and say, where is this thing? The Y can be like a 30. Whoa. We'll give it a negative 135. There we go. Negative 120. Right about there looks good to me. Look at that. Okay, okay. We're here. We can do this. So let me grab some textures real quick. I need one that repeats itself. These are all kind of kitschy. Let's see what we got. I feel like I'm playing The Sims. Whenever you're making like custom wallpapers and stuff, you end up doing all this. What if I make the wall brick? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll make it brick. We're gonna grab ourselves a really high texture wood pattern. That's perfect. Cool. That should be everything I think we need. Let's put it all in our folder real quick. And we'll get going. Okay. We got 30 minutes to do this. I don't want to overestimate, but it does feel pretty good. Your wall, your desk. Desk belongs here. Wall belongs here. Okay, we're going to start with you. All of this needs to be textured. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So we're in the shader editor. That got really weird for a sec. I don't know why it was so strange. This guy is gonna be an image texture. I'm gonna give it just a diffuse. I'm not knowledgeable enough to know really what the difference is, so I just kind of wing it. Gotta figure out what my texture is called. It's Q. That looks very strange for some reason. Oh, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. Now we'll go to the wall. Wall's gonna get the exact same treatment. You're gonna be given a diffuse shader. And we're going to give you an image texture. Actually, I'm not going to give you an image texture. I'm going to give you a brick texture. That's weird. Why is it doing that? we're not doing a brick. I'm not making bricks. I'm just using a pre-existing brick. So our brick is called 2 something or other. Whoa. It's like huge. Why is it so big? Okay, well that's certainly not going to work. So why don't we just go ahead and delete that? We don't need it. There can be a void behind us, I don't care. And we'll get going on making all of this. So let's start with the hardest one, the glass. Okay, so I'm going to add a glass texture. And it's see-through, which I didn't expect to work. Normally see-through doesn't work for us. It's going to be a nice, like, dark blue. I mean, dare I say that that looks perfect? I guess I could add a color ramp to go between 2 colors. Kind of like a purpley. That can work. And then we're gonna have to add a texture to force that to work. I need like edge detection basically. I think white noise actually does the job pretty well. Oh, I wish I could simplify this just a little bit. Let's go until we get just a little bit of purple. Okay, white noise is way too dense for us. Yeah, we're gonna need an actual texture here. Gradient texture could really do it, actually. I say that, I'm not really getting any results. There's a little bit of purple. Okay, we'll call that. That's fine. So let's copy all of this. And we'll add this to fancy. And we'll add it to wide. Okay. Now the color profile for wide is very bright. Hello? It has very little bits to it, but I'm gonna say it's like a gold-ish looking thing. For the little bit that is there, it's kind of gold. That's a cool look, man. Fancy. You are also white. And you get a little bit of this like thing going on, but it goes further back. These guys render like crazy. Okay, now I guess we will do the lids. No, let's do the liquid first. I just realized I didn't put any liquid inside Fancy. Let me do that real quick. The good thing about this one is we can simply just shrink it and say that that's good enough because of the geometry of this thing. So as long as this matches, I'm not even the slightest bit worried. I might make it just a little bit smaller. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. So you get to be Fancy Ink. We'll bring you down. We're back to our shaders. Cool, so let's make some ink. Basic ink is going to be the easiest one first. I'm not doing any physics, so there is absolutely no reason to even attempt to add any sort of physics to this. It's got glossy, really black blue. I think I probably want to brighten these guys up a little bit. They're a little too much. And I might need to add another light in here somewhere. Okay. We're just doing glossy. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. This ink is almost entirely this nice blue color. Very, very glossy. And this guy is a deep, deep blue. Like about right about there. Let's do the lids real quick because I'm a little bit worried about running out of time. We got 15 minutes just to finish this thing off. It is going to be just the simplest little guy. It's a little bit glossy, honestly. It's like a very dark glossy with basically no gloss whatsoever. This guy can grab a glossy, but since they're fancy, you can have a little bit of gloss, and your color has to be weird. There we go. Now the cork is going to be a really tough one to do for me. Let's get this thing coming in here as it'll just be a simple diffuse. And we're going to give it a ramp between two types of cork material. Looks about right to me. And it is going to get a spotty, sort of weird looking texture. That looks so good. That is good enough. Cool, cool, cool. So let's light the scene just a bit better. There's one. This one, why is it being so weird? Oh, I have a black body on it. Do not cast shadows. There's a cool little texture going on there. It's just so dark. I need to like brighten it up somehow. Okay, so that's A number one is what we're doing. We're fixing this. You all need to be way brighter. It's just so dark. Okay, there you are. This ink. Way less saturation, way brighter. Okay, and the lid. Let me light it. Let's light this thing just a little bit differently. Let's make another light from the back. Way back here. And then we'll grab that lid. Oh yeah, I can lower its... There we go. Look at this. Cool. Again, is this the best render I've ever done in my life? No. No way. but it looks cool. So I think we'll go ahead and just try and render this and see what happens. Let's give this thing a shot. It's going to be a lot darker in the render. That always ends up happening. Let's give it a save. Oh, for whatever reason, it's not showing you the render. Let me fix this. There we go. Now you all should see what we're seeing. That'll do. Why is it so speckly? What is happening? Hold on, hold on, hold on. No, 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 no. That was very strange that it would allow that to happen. Why was it so speckly? There shouldn't be all these speckles in here. There we go. It keeps having all these little speckles here. Wonder why. It's a bad look. Well, I never said it was going to be perfect. We're learning. There's a couple of things I wanted to change about the scene, but all in all, I'm pretty okay with this. We did this in, I mean, we did the whole scene in 3 hours. We did all the ink bottles and desk in an hour and a half. And I'd say pretty good progress. If I'm able to get better and better and better at this rate, I don't see a reason why we couldn't do a whole room in 3 hours. But in the meantime, we're just waiting for it to go. Try not to blow up our computer in the meantime. I'm excited to post this thing on Instagram. That's been kind of the big motivating factor for this whole stream right now, is just kind of posting something and seeing how people react to it. That's been lovely. I'm feeling more comfortable, I guess, presenting and stuff. So thank you all for joining me in that that experience. It's been fun. You know, of course, we're doing something a little artsy, a little bit weird. There's not going to be that meteoric rise the way that other people are, but I don't know if I'm even doing this for any sort of gain other than my own learning. If it weren't for, you know, Twitch and all of this sort of stuff, I don't know if I would have the motivation to wake up every day and want to practice 3D modeling. And if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't get to the point where I would be making games or animating or whatever else I want to do with this. So, thank you. Thank you all for being here. We are just about done. This looks like the really gross renders that Pixar used. Like if you look at the beta footage for Toy Story, they have these like weird like unlit scenes. So this definitely feels like it's a problem with my lighting. So be it, right? So be it. It's very amateur, but there's a lot of effort that I know I did correctly. So if it's amateur, hey man, whatever. We'll go ahead and save this. And this is it. This is our work for the day. So as per the norm, I'm gonna go take a quick little break, and then we're gonna return with some Hollow Knight. Thank you all so much.